I may have sort of done a stream. So last time you saw, we worked on this, and I've actually been working. Well, I died a few times. Let's just go ahead and clear those. And I died in the worst way. I'm not even gonna look. Don't ask. It may have involved me forgetting to turn on my flight spell. Okay. Anyways, so not much progress has happened on the blood magic front, but you notice there's several more villagers up there. I just kept throwing food at them, and I think I accidentally got them between gathering a few and then getting them to breed. I actually got more than I should have. I need to expand that now because they're not going to breed anymore. But I had a couple that bred all at once and increased the population, and then I brought the rest of the villagers from that village way... Let's see, is it in here? Yeah, there's a village way over here that I went back to. It's here-ish? Yeah, it was way around here, I think, actually. No, there it is. I went all the way over here, and yeah, I found a village, and it worked out, but there are no more villagers there now. They're all here, and many of them are inside. Well, let me go around this door. That door is only for souls now. Are in the here, right? You can see there's 2 more Ys, and there's 2 Ys in me. And you'll notice also I have 3 malleable souls in my body and 3 malleable souls in this. So yeah, I've been making pigmen and then immediately ripping their souls out like crazy. It's been a non-stop pigmen soul ripping, like bonanza. So that's fantastic, right? And I have these things, and I can do some pretty slick things now. Like, for example, I learned a magic trick. If I go like this and cast this, I've now stepped out of my body. It's sitting there vulnerable as the day I was born. Maybe perhaps less because it's wearing armor, and I was not born in armor, although I thought about it. And now I'm a little soul floating around. I'm actually quite invisible except to those trained in the art of the soul. I can pass through small walls and floors. Right? And that's cool. I can even go through little things like this, but I can't possess other people. When I say other people, I don't mean to include other things like, say, sheep. I am a sheepy sheep, shoopy shoopy sheep. I can't right-click things, but I am a sheep. See? I'm a sheep. Sheepy sheepy sheep. Sheeps go bounce. Okay, anyways, yeah, that was great. I can possess things and make them do things. Actually... So can I force you to breed? Can I just do that? I'm like, and I can't go through this glass because I am... Anyways, yeah, so you can see, and then I can fly really fast this way, but I have no substance, so I can't do very much. I did play around a little bit with this power with Sue because I tried to possess her, and that didn't work so well. But as by way of apology, I sent her Ted. Ted believes in you. Yeah. Yeah. All right, and then we can teleport back to our body. And hop right in. There we go. So that's a pretty cool trick, and we'll be doing more with that. I think we're going to do armor next, because we need some better armor. To be honest, I think I'm just going to stop using Psi armor. For a lot of reasons. I love Psi, and I think it's great, but I feel like the armor costs are just too big. I started in the stream working on a couple other things. For one, you can see we moved our Botania production. You can see, you can probably guess what that is down there. It was the second thing we did, but we moved our Botania production over here, right? And this is a really simple little system. Let's see, do we have any more charcoal in the... We have a little bit more. I should probably cook up some. But if we put some charcoal in here, right, then it's going to start dropping a bunch. 2 at a time, to be precise, because that's just the speed the hoppers run at. This gold pressure plate clicks on. There's a redstone torch down here. It gets turned off, which turns this on. So when this is on, this gets turned on and stops the hopper. And so basically these 4, I made a few more of these endoflames now that it's easy for me to make flowers. And boom, we've got a ton of mana. And I've actually used a ton because I made a runic altar. I made a bunch of runes, and let's see. I have a sojourner stash, which you might have noticed if your eyes were sharp. I think that's fantastic. I love it. And I think we'll be switching over to using that in general. Now, I also found out that these pitcher plants, if you hit them with a bucket, I mean, this is amazing. This is revelatory to me. They come with water. So I need to find more of those. I've seen a bunch of them around, and I've never bothered to pick them up. But that's so useful. It's like a single block infinite water source that's cheap. So, fantastic. Anyways, so then I went down here and made a jaded amaranthus, right? That's tapped off of that. And so now I have all the flowers I need. This is just all of them, right? We actually need to make a special storage for the flowers, I think, because now we're going to have so many that it's actually going to take up a lot of our overflow space. So maybe we'll do that like right now. Just grab a ton, right? And we'll go over here and start holding on to them because we really, whoa, so fast now. Gotta go fast. We really got to start taking that seriously. Let's see. So where could we put them? We need 16 spaces, huh? Let's just dump them in here for the moment, right? And then we'll start collecting them. So let's see. What we'd like to do is maybe make some drawers. So I think what we need then is 1, 2, 3, 4. So I guess 8 of those drawers. So 8 storage drawers. Let's go ahead and make 8 of these. Okay, I actually am out of wood and I made 10. But that's fine. We can go get some more wood in just a sec. All right, so we can put these here. Do we have any just like temporary wood to use? Probably not. Let's see. Let's just grab some, I guess, netherrack. Easy to break. Oh, I have a lot of netherrack now. That is a little bit more than I intended to have, but it's fine. It's fine. Okay. Just put these here. So we could actually just use these. Actually, I probably didn't need to make as many as I did. Right? Like this. And then 1, 2. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have exactly enough room. 8. Okay. Let's go ahead and break these down. All right, so now we can just go ahead and put our flowers in there, and it'll go nice and quick, and then from henceforth, we shall not have issues with flowers. Oh, we need to get our key out and lock these to the values we're about to get, because that seems to be the way that we do this now. That's just our rule. Okay, so bip, 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 bip. There we go. Now, let's see what we can do here. Just 1 second, I'll finish this up. All right, I realized I have a bit of a problem. If I'm going to be melting down bows, which is a way easier thing for me to do, I'm actually going to have to deal with like a bazillion aspects. And the truth is that this tiny room I have doesn't really have what I need to make this happen. These pipes are great and all, right? But they're not actually very easy to use. You sort of have to have big, elaborate pipe systems to do anything at all in thaumcraft this way. So we're going to upgrade really quick, and this should pretty much make it easy and serviceable for us to continue for the foreseeable future, right? Because we want to be able to handle multiple aspects, and that's actually pretty easy to do so long as you approach it in the right fashion. So what we're going to do is we're going to run right into the lake and come out dripping wet and shivering. What we're going to do is we're going to make this essentially a transfusion. This will actually shoot out stuff from, like, it basically squirt it out into bottles without the need for any piping network. But it's kind of a big craft. Check it out. We got to make an alchemical construct, right? This is like pretty tricky, but I think if we just reuse all the pipes that we have, right, we should be in good shape. So let me just grab some levers because we need 2 of these little guys. Right? I think we actually have everything. Oh, no. I think we have everything we need to just do this, which is kind of cool. Although it's a little scary. 1, 2. I mean, like, you always sort of wonder, like, have I miscounted in my head? Am I on the road to destruction? Etc. Alchemical. There we go. Construct. So that's the advanced one. This is the one we want. Nope. Right. So now we just need a single set of greatwood planks. Right, which just one of those, right? And then toss this in. Ooh. And we should have a construct. And this is actually cheap enough. We're missing 4 iron, huh? This is actually cheap enough that we could start to do automated alchemy. One of the things I want to do is automate our ore processing so that it just works. Okay, this has now got to be held in my hand to recharge for a little bit. And so that's that first part. The second part is making this, right? So what we need is 2 bronze, a dispenser, and 1 more tube. I think we can manage this. I know we have the bronze, right? We just prepped for making bows, so we can definitely make a bow, right? And then we need a dispenser. We got the bronze. Now we just need a few iron. Like so. And then I think we just did it. Like infuser? Or, what was it called? The alchemical transfuser. Well, that's better. Trans is great. Transfuser. Okay. So this is a filling. I think this is the one we want. So let me just make sure that we read this. Devices, 2 devices. Filling essentia transfer. Take essentia from the pipe network. Other jars. Transport to jars within 16 blocks. That's what we want. The empty transfer does the opposite, drawing essentia from jars and placing it within tubes or devices requiring essentia. So that is really cool. So that's what we need. We want the filling one to start because that's the most basically useful. Da 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 da. Okay, you're ready to go. Boom. All right, we got it. We did it. Okay. Now we need to grab some glass panes, right, and some wood slabs. Probably a few more than this. Let's just go like this. Do it up here. It's faster. Let's pull this through. That's fine. Let's make a stack of slabs. Stack of slabs. Boom. Well, not quite. Boom. There we go. And let's grab, I don't know. That looks like a good amount. Be gone. And let's make some more jars. Because now we actually have, like, all the jar we need. Right? Boop. So let's go ahead and make at least 4 of what we need. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now this wand is out. We got to keep it in our hotbar to charge it. Okay. So like in principle now, we actually want to go down here. This is sort of interesting. I think what we actually want to have happen here is that we remove this, right? And we put this here. Okay. And now we just put down a bunch of jars. We'll put down even more. And then we'll also put down this one over here in the corner. Right? And now if we put some bows in here, I think it will just magically work. Like we'll see here. Here's the test. This may have been a giant waste of resources, although it wasn't so bad. Right? So now this is coming out. And now we've got a ton of stuff to go in here. And then look, it's going to start like sort of squirting stuff into various bottles. And because only one aspect will leak out at a time, that'll work. Now, we could actually make this much, much faster, but I sort of am happy with the resource commitment we have here. So this seems like a solid plan to me. Yeah, I mean, that seems pretty reasonable. We'll need to make some more bows because the Velatus is not going to come easily. And we should probably grab at least a few feathers, right? We won't wipe ourselves totally out, but we're going to wipe ourselves almost entirely out. We'll keep a feather around in case of emergency. Because, yeah, you can see now we've got all these different things filling up, right? And now we got the Velatus going as well. So I just need to make a ton of bows, and boom, we're all set. This is fantastic. This is exactly how we wanted this to go. So I think maybe I should make a bunch more bows, put them in this chest, and then we'll get started on the infusion altar. One sec. All right, so this is cooking along quite nicely, and as you can see, we're moving bows in there. So I've just been, moving them along. I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I just shove them all in here. This should be plenty. You can see some Velatus shooting out right now. This is fantastic. This is so much better than every pipe system ever, and we're nearly ready to go. So let's work next on the runic matrix. I think that is where we want to go in the near future. There we go. Pop up here. And runic matrix. To do this, we're going to need a few shards. Now, I think the shard we have the most of is entropy. Followed closely by... Let's see, so entropy, we have a stack and some. We have a lot of water shards as well. And everything else is sort of scarce. So we're going to use entropy shards. And, yeah, we're just going to grab some stone. And I guess we'll clear this all out for now. Although we could always use more of that. And we just need to make a bunch of arcane stone to start. Because it's straightforward. I feel like it's not letting me do this. So can I get... Oh, we're out of actual stone stored up here. Well, that is a problem. 1 second, I'll get down there and... Okay, we got that going. We got some stone here. Should have enough for our purposes, because what we're basically going to be doing is making a runic altar. We can toss you in there. I think we can get one more in here. And boom, we have a lot of arcane stone now. That should be good. This stuff actually looks pretty cool, if you ask me. Looks pretty neat. Makes a pretty normal sound when you walk on it, but I don't know. It's maybe a little dark for my tastes. All right, so what we can do now is make a fair sum of this. Let's make 8. I think we need 8. In addition to what we're actually going to be crafting in the world. So now we're going to make a runic matrix. We just need 4 shards for this, so 4 more entropy shards. Actually, let's use water shards. Who knows what sort of strange things could happen if it was an entropy shard. Right, and we need a nitor, of course. I actually made a bunch of nitor in between the previous episodes. You can see it's been lasting me. I've been using them. I have another arcane lamp there, which is just fantastic to have. Okay, there we go. Boom. And this wand, can it not do it? This needs 100, and this should have... Okay, this one should have 100. Oh, this one needs 105 because it's a bad wand. Yeah, okay. Runic matrix. Da, 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 da. Now, we need to set this runic matrix up for success. And that means making these pillars. So we go over here, and we need to be able to make these things here. So I think we need to make 6 of them is a good start, because the things we want to make require 6 ingredients. So let's go ahead and we need to make some of these, right? Let's see. So for each 2, so we need to actually have, if we're going to have 6 pillars, we're going to need to make some more arcane stone. Pretty sure. But each one of these requires some other stuff. So let me go grab some more of this. I'm actually out of stone and out of cobblestone. I've been using it so much. I just sort of took for granted that I had a ton and then stopped making it, and then I'm out. So I'm like frantically over here waiting for it to go. Unfortunately, this system is real fast, so that isn't a problem. Let's go ahead and make a bunch more arcane stone, and I'll finish this up in a sec. Okay, I have the things I need, and I think the right place to do this is directly underneath this building. So let's see here. We'd like to sort of have some symmetry here. Right, so right here, I guess. Let's see, we can step out right here. Yeah, this should be perfect. Hey, chicken. You know, chicken, your body is looking rather delightful, in the sense that I would like to take it and cut it up and use it for materials for alchemy. I mean, I don't mean to be crude about the subject, but you do look like you would be pretty good as an alchemical. Okay, let's just calm down. Calm down. Don't get excited about butchering the chicken. God, that got dark, huh? That got real dark. Let's go ahead and put this here. Make our 9x9 platform spell, and go. Sorry, chicken. It's a bit of a bummer, isn't it? So I think that's interesting that this goes out one more. I guess maybe that's because of the nature of this. Yeah, it must be like because I'm extending this one. We shouldn't do that, I guess. Let's go grab our wand, and then we'll put things together. Hey, wand, what are you doing over here? Quit lazing about. Quit lazing about. Boy, our inventory is messed up now. Boy, our inventory. We can just leap off to the side here, I guess. Not for long, though. That looks kind of weird from down here, doesn't it? It's fine. Let's seal this up. Like so. All of my blocks are falling. Wow, look, there's just a dead chicken and a feather down here. That's, I guess, sort of the outcome we wanted. So I gotta tell you, having your basement be a lake is actually really inconvenient. You would think, oh, that sounds cool, right? But no, it's not cool. In fact, it's the worst. Just gonna put it out there. Okay. Because you can't ever, like, go down. Like, that is really frustrating. Because if we're gonna want to build underneath this, which we will, right, naturally, it's just gonna be a pain in our butts. We'll put that there. We'll send some stuff back to the system because we don't need to be carrying all this stuff right now. We need to relax and stay calm. Just listen to the sound of my voice. Okay, so right here is where the runic matrix will go. Now, how did the song and dance go again? Like, the runic infusion altar needs arcane stone, and then the bricks above it. Okay. I think I can manage that, although, wait a sec. Is that changed? I think it has. So, yeah, level 1, level 2. Yeah, so it's actually been made more compact, huh? That's interesting. Okay, so if that's the case, then we're actually one plinth short, aren't we? Because we want one in the middle. That right? That's right. Okay, and then we put the runic matrix on top of that right there. That seems very wrong to me. This has all been so very changed, though. I guess they just made it simpler. Because, like, look, we don't even need arcane stone brick anymore. It's just arcane stone. I guess the arcane stone brick is just there for some other reason, maybe? Well, whatever. And, see, I don't think this is right. I feel like this diagram is super wrong. Maybe I'm just misreading it. But yeah, we can go ahead and put this on here. Grapple up. Okay, there we go. That was a lot of ordo and entropy. But we've got a runic altar now. So we just need to make one more of these, right? We can do, I guess, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then one more of those. And we should be good on that front because, yeah, we're really close. Whoa. All right, folks. Well, had a bit of, a crash there, but took a moment post-crash. This is not great, to make another plinth and get things ready. I have 33 velatas, which I think will be enough for us. I hope. We'll have to see. But right now, I just need to get some fish because the recipe calls for some fish, and I need to get like 2 fish. It's dark out. It's not great. I'm not gonna lie. But could be worse. Could be full of zombies. I know that there's a few out there. Yeah, fishing. Yeah, fishing. Fishing. Okay, fishing done, thankfully. We've got a chunk of velatas and a chunk of motis. And I think we have everything we need, so we'll go one like this, right? And then we'll put 2 of these here. And then I guess we'll put these across from each other, since that's the best we could do. And actually, it might make more sense for us, just from the, you know, aesthetic appeal department, from the Department of Aesthetic Appeals. Take this, put this here, and this there. I don't know if this, like, still matters at all, but, I mean, maybe it does, and it looks better. So, let's go ahead and tap this with our wand, which we didn't carry because we're cool. Oop. Where did I put that wand? Over here? I did. I left it. Where, oh where did I leave my wand? Okay. Charging right up immediately, and I think we have backups of everything we need. This shouldn't, like, have any problems. I'm only sticking to, like, negligible flux or negligible instability, I guess they would say, infusions for now, but you never know, right? It could always happen. So we got backup materials and whatnot. So we got 1, 2, 1, 2, feather, fish. Okay, so now this is going to slurp up the delightful fluid. It's very milky, in a way I'm not entirely sure I'm comfortable with. Okay, we got all that. Still got a little bit to spare. Good. It's just drowning our boots in milk. That's actually what this recipe calls for. Just extreme milk. It's fine. Okay. Suck in one of those. Come on, big money. Mix in some fabric with the milky boots. Oh yeah, no problem. We got this. No issues whatsoever. And alright, we can take these off since we're not using them. And holy smokes, we're fast. Woo! Woo! That's fantastic. So now we can jump like crazy high. Just got big, big, big ups. In fact, if anything, we're a little bit too fast. Does that mean we can just like run right over size 1 gaps? Whoa! No, no, not the farm. Oh, I immediately messed up the farm. But I got some potatoes. That's nice. We're going to leave them right here. These are the Lord's potatoes. Okay, so now that we're turbo and we have to go fast, that's good. I mean, what we should do, right, is go down here and break this, because we did it. We got infusion altar. Da, 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 da. So we actually are doing pretty good on there. The other thing I'd like to be able to do is maybe start thinking about automating a few things. So we definitely need to automate chickens. We sort of need to automate leather, I think, right? And maybe think about... Zombie, what are you doing amongst the pigs? Zombie. Zombie, I hit a pig because of you. Oh man, this is fantastic. Look at how fast we go. Alright, so I think that maybe... Oh, yeah, by the way, here's where I died. You can see. Sue elected not to clean it up. Maybe we're in a good place to call a stop right now. Oh, here's where she's working on... she's working on her roof. So here's regular stairs, and she wants an extra thing. But it's tough. Chisels and Bits is a tough mod. I don't blame her for being sad. Whoa, boy, we're going to go rocketing right off the edge. This is like whoa, we have step assist now too. This is a positively dangerous structure for us. All right, folks. Well, I think that should probably be the end of the episode. I think we've done quite a bit in this. So I'm going to call it here, right? And sort of leave it at that. Whoa. You know, just to sort of, we can all agree, ouch, that really hurt. We can all agree that this has been pretty productive, I hope. And now we can just kind of move freely throughout our base, which is super cool, and do other stuff. So next up, we're going to probably work on more renewable mana, and using mana and thaumcraft to make a renewable wheat farm, chicken farm, and, well, everything farm, really. We'll start with the butcher stuff, because I actually have unlocked like all of the golem research up to the stuff we need. Like I even got these and these. And now that we have infusion, we can make things like harvest, which is another negligible thing, which we should be able to have no problem getting. In fact, I know we have melon, cocoa. We have all of these things now. So that's going to be really easy. We can use that for harvesting maybe. We also have the use thing, which is quite easy to make, although Fabrioko is, I guess it's just crafting tables, but it's an exotic one. And even lumberjack, and most importantly, butcher. Butcher is like the big one, right? This automates a whole bunch of things. And it needs rabbit hides. That's so cruel. All right, folks. Well, thank you very much for joining me, and please remember in the comments to let me know what you want. No need to like or subscribe. I don't mind either way. You can do that if you feel so inclined, but you could also just not, and that would also probably be fine by you. Bye.